back to my channel. Okay, so this is a video I've been wanting to do for a little bit, for almost half a month now. And it was spurred on by a channel that I started following about a year or so ago, in my push away from Christianity. That channel being Telltale Atheist. And if you're not aware of this channel, what he does is he talks about cults, how to recognize them and such. And I think I've lost all respect for him. All respect because he denies political cults. If they're religious, sure, he'll point them right out. But if they're political, oh no, now that's an issue. That is a big issue. Here you see on my screen what is known as the bite model for recognizing cults. Now I'm going to talk about one in particular, the Black Lives Matter cult, because this is the most recent one. Behavior control. You're racist if you do not protest. You're racist if you do not align yourself with this cult. That is behavior control. Information control. If you go to the FBI crime statistics, they will give you the Princeton University's crime statistics, which by the way is out of date compared to the FBI's. If you give them any bit of information, they will give you any sort of information that they've doctored to be in conflict. Same information, they will be told not to believe any information that you have. So I would say that the Black Lives Matter movement falls in line with this. Thought control. You're racist if you disagree. Do I have to say any more? And I like the first bullet point here, because this literally just proves right out that this is thought control. Instills black versus white, us versus them, good versus evil thinking. Just right there, right in the very beginning. Emotional control. They don't show you any of the videos where it's white on white cop crime, but they will show you when it's white on black, if a white cop is killing a black person. And the reason they do that is because they want you to feel angry about it. They want you to feel angry about it, but they also want you to feel nothing when it's white on white or black on white. They only want you to feel it when it's on white on black. So I would say, yeah, emotional control is there. This is, through and through, a cult. Oh, hey, look at that. One of the bullet points. Shun you if you disobey or disbelieve, which is something that I've seen. I've been blocked by 3 people in particular that I can recall in this month for just simply disagreeing. The first one, we went into a long argument about it before they just decided to block me. They didn't want to hear anything I had to say and would just write me off. And when I pointed out how ironic it would be if we ever switched sides and laughed about it, he just said, no, that would be sad. Why is it sad? We agree on some things, don't we? He didn't seem to agree. Hi, cat. The second was someone who thought that I was using other racial stuff or other issues, racial issues that exist that aren't black issues, to disprove Black Lives Matter, which is not the case. I bring them up when I argue about Black Lives Matter because they are issues that exist, and they're issues that Black Lives Matter ignores. I don't bring them up to disprove Black Lives Matter. Not in the slightest. I bring them up because there are issues that are being ignored. And I want to bring attention to them. And the third was someone who just straight up blocked me after I disagreed with them. All I had to say was all lives matter, not just Black lives. And I was blocked. And it was someone who actually was one of my closest friends. Or, I wouldn't say closest, but someone who I would say was one of my friends throughout high school. We even almost formed a band together, so... If you want to tell me that Black Lives Matter does not promote shunning, you are gravely mistaken. These people have cut me off from their lives. Just like a cult would. Just for simply disagreeing. Teach that there is no happiness or peace outside the group. Yep, that's another one they do. There is no Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter. That's what they preach. Which is absolute bullshit. Threaten your friends and family. That same guy, that last one I mentioned, when I called Black Lives Matter a cult, he said, yeah, well, you're the sacrificial lamb. We'll attack your job. Make sure you don't get a job. I would say that falls in line with that. That is a threat. And as a matter of fact, you want to go even further about this threat thing? There's a viral video of someone who said the next person they see saying all lives matter, they're going to stab them. Is that not a threat? I'm sorry, that's a threat. That person, by the way, lost their job, and I feel no sympathy for them. Because they do not intend on apologizing. So, you can look through all these. I guarantee you Black Lives Matter, I guarantee you Black Lives Matter only falls in line with a lot of these. There are some they probably don't, but most of these they fall in line with, and that makes them a cult. But according to telltale atheists, because they are a political movement, because they are a protest group, they're not they aren't a cult. I have to disagree. Black Lives Matter has been around since 2012, 2014, somewhere around there. And they only ever come out of the woodworks when a black person is murdered by a white cop. That's the only time they ever come out of the woodworks. They never come out of the woodworks when any other racial crime happens. As a matter of fact, hold on. And I shared this when I believed Black Lives Matter's narrative. And so I shared this before sharing some of their propaganda. I shared a advertisement for one of their protests. I couldn't protest myself over there. It was at my hometown, so I didn't. But I did advertise the protest. Only to the next day or so realize the error. I did not delete the protest thing either. And I did pay very close attention to the protest. But the very next day maybe the week, I don't know. It was about there where I realized, oh, you know what? They're not focusing on police brutality because it's wrong and needs to be reformed. No, they're focusing on it because they want it gone. because they think it's racist. But this right here just proves it's not racist. This right here, this meme, which is 100% accurate information. All of it. So, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't want to acknowledge Black Lives Matter as a cult, at least acknowledge some of the other cults that have come from the left. You know what I'm saying? But as for me, I think Black Lives Matter is indeed a cult. And I think it's very much so important that we acknowledge their cult-like behavior and how it's wrong. Show how it's wrong. That's all I've got. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe because this isn't what I want my content to be. I don't like doing political stuff at all. And I don't really like doing religious stuff either. So, this is supposed to be a gaming channel. So, anyways, you can check out some of the stuff I've done if you want, but I'm gonna end the video now. Surprisingly, I've honestly grown close to this small town. The red glowing sky beats our town. The bittersweet memories that I have made. But once my tears have fallen down, I'll cry just a little more. Whoa, whoa. I always knew that was the last day we'd spend together. Something around and blood, it couldn't last forever.